Hey everyone, what's going on? Today is going to be a little bit of a different video. Now, as the news is we are down to the last 5 episodes of season 7 of My Hero Academia, I kind of want to test myself even though I may know, but do I really know which My Hero Academia character fits my personality the most? Who am I most like? Which of these heroes do you resemble? Now, shout out to David Lynn for this quiz on Crunchyroll News. Look at the cover for this. This is actually pretty awesome. Just don't tell me that this is quality. No, I've seen every episode that has been from the anime up until now. So I'm very curious to see which character I get. I can't wait. I can't believe if it's going to be some dumb character like the purple balls one. You already know who he is. Don't need to resemble his name. But I think I'm Izuku Midoriya. Am I sure about that? We'll see. We're going to jump into this quiz. But yeah, reading this a little bit, My Hero Academia's cast is filled with interesting characters who all practice heroism in their own unique ways. Some like to roll solo, while others work best putting setting I read that wrong. While others work best putting their heads together. Many are inspired to heroism in its own sake, for its own sake anyways, but a few do it to prove their talents and strengths to others. With such variety, it stands to reason that there is a My Hero Academia character you're most like. Find out which one you were by taking this quiz down below right now. Am I ready to take this quiz? Find out which of the UA's quirky heroes you would be most like. Alright, so first one we got a picture of none other than Ida and his family. Rest in peace to his brother, by the way. I think it's his older brother. It's like Tenya or something like that. Why do you want to be a hero? If I was in this universe, why would I want to become a hero? I want to live up to a legacy. I want to save lives. I want to learn more about my natural talents. I want to perform strong. There's a lot of these I can go into, right? These are the answer choices. There's 6 questions that I think are really important. But with these six questions, I'm going to talk very deeply about what I think because this is going to be a very interesting quiz I want to really take into account. So why would I want to become a hero in the first place? Let me go over each answer choice. So I want to live up a legacy. Sure, I mean, I would like to leave a mark in my place, in my position, but is it the most important reason why I want to become a hero? Not exactly to me. I mean, sure, I probably will leave my mark no matter what if I become a hero. So, it really isn't something that I'm destined to do when it's already something that's going to happen if I'm really focused and passionate into becoming a hero in the first place. Next up is I want to save lives. That's something that I can say I most likely would pick. Is this something that I'm always wanting to do? And the reason why outside of social media and something that I've been taking college classes for right now, or at least one class at this time, I want to be able to help others, which is why I want to learn psychology elements. So, it's kind of a similar thing, but with mental health. But as a hero, I would definitely want to have the element with that while also like protecting people from literal danger at the same time. Yeah, I want to learn more about my natural habits or talents. Kind of like similar with the first one. It'll be something I'll have to, overcome and learn naturally. It'll happen as I go. So it's something that I will be, enduring during my adventures. So not something I really destined. Well, I want to perform strong, not really something I would do. I know that's probably going to be a few heroes like Kirishima or Kashan. So I'm going to go with I want to save lives because at the end of the day, that's all I care about is to be there for the people. So it's all about the community at the end of the day. This one looks like it's Kashan and Midoriya, which they have some kind of like, if you've seen the episodes in the arc throughout, they have their own rivalry, so you can tell that. Just look at the two, very cute. Anyways, how do you fit into teams? I'm a natural born leader. I'm good at taking orders and executing plans, and I work best on my own. Others hold me back. This one's interesting. This one only has 3 options. The second question is a little bit different. All right, so first of all, I'm a natural born leader. My actual zodiac sign is a Leo, which, interesting enough, that's what usually Leos are considered, natural born leaders. But as Billy, I'm a Virgo because I don't see myself as an actual Leo. I don't really feel like I like the confidence that people expect in Leos usually. So I feel like this one is debatable. I don't know. I don't really see myself as a natural born leader too much. And then I'm good at taking orders and executing plans. I do my best. I feel like this might be the top answer. I feel like I do my best to do what I can and what must be done. I'll do whatever I want. And then I don't think others hold me back. I mean, if I was able to open my disabilities on the anime, which I don't know how that works, but if I did, then it really depends. And I make it easily distracted with people with ADHD. They need a different way of coping with, training. So I feel like I'm going to have to go with I'm good at taking orders and executing plans because I want to be the best and I'm more destined to, and for me, in order to come into groups, I want to like do my best into, the ability I can. So whatever I'm able to do, I will must. So I'm good at taking orders. Even though nothing's ever going to be easy. Nobody's going to be perfect like Caution perceives himself as. So there you have it. Then we have Caution there, kind of like angered at Midoriya because he has a secret jealousy of him with Achako and Ida in the background there. You're setting out for a mission. What's your battle plan? This one has 4 answer choices back to that. I have a detailed plan laid out that will ensure us victory if we follow it closely. I have a clever idea that makes creative use of our powers and the enemy's weaknesses. There's always a plan, but I know all too well how they always go wrong, so I'm not married into it. I like the wording, I'm not married to it. There's a bad guy and we have to hit him hard to win. That's it, right? I can already hear Karishima saying something like that. That is so funny. And I'm just going to go ahead and say the last 2 options definitely do not mark me at all. I'm definitely not just going to that's all we expect, right? I'm always expecting more and I'm always like a high-end thinker. Negatively sometimes it's portrayed as, but it's a way to cope with, my general life. But at the same time, I'm always focused on a plan. I'm always going to stick with a plan and not just, discontinue the idea. So, yeah. I feel like for me, I do like having a detailed plan and trying to follow up exactly what I want to have planned, which is something that I feel like might fit with me well. Then we have a clever idea that makes creative use of our powers. I like creativity. I'm all about creativity at the end of the day. This one's an interesting one. I might have to go. Let me think on this one. So if I have a detailed plan laid out that will assure us victory if we follow it closely, it would mean that I would make sure we get to what I want to do as exactly as I want, but then I have a clever idea that makes creative use of power and the enemy's weaknesses. I like to analyze who I'm fighting and try to study them before I go into combat, right? This one's tough. If I had to like debate which one, I'm probably gonna have to do I'm probably just gonna go with the detailed plan because I'm all about being a planner at the end of the day. Both of the top 2 answers are closed, but I want to follow up what I can write down and study before going into a battle, or really practice, if you will. Okay, this one's Momo. Shout out Momo. A comrade is in trouble. How do you help? A comrade. I'm sorry, I pronounced that wrong. I don't know if I'm strong enough, but I'll jump right into help out. I can't leave anyone behind. If they couldn't handle it, I can't either. Better stay out of the way and keep doing my thing. Okay, not my thing. Anyways, I only knew I was talented enough to handle this. I'll save them as usual. I'll find someone else and we'll team up to help. There's power in numbers. See, I see how this works. So I'm not going to just eliminate the second one. If basically being the disrespectful person saying, if they can't do it, I can't save them. If they can't save themselves, I'm not going to do that. I don't know if I'm going to find someone else. Like, I want to be able to do the best I can on my own. So it's between the first and third one. Let's look at the first one again. I don't know if I'm strong enough, but I'll jump into it. I mean, even if I don't feel like I am the strongest person, I'll still do my best no matter what, because it's all about trying at the end of the day. So I could say the top one. And then I only knew I was talented enough to handle this. I don't know. Like, I don't think I feel like I'm the most talented, but I'm going to go with the top answer. They both have like a similar pathing, but one of them feels more confident than the other one, right? So I'm going to go top. This is the 5th question. We got Midoriya. Hey, Midoriya's about to like strike out his quirk, by the way. You're cornered into a one-on-one fight. How do you handle it? Okay, this is the perfect situation, actually. No one to hold me back. I am not suited for this kind of situation, so I'll start until help arrives. There has to be some way out of this. I just have to figure out how the enemy's powers work. And then the enemy may think they have the upper hand, but this was actually part of my plan all along. There's only one that really stuck out to me, and you probably are not surprised when I say there has to be some way out of this. I'm very, very analytical. I'm always going to analyze myself into the situation I'm in. As in real life, I do that a lot, and which can come to sometimes anxiety. This is where I feel like anxiety does help sometimes from inside out too. It does really good pull a good message. Sometimes you have to like analyze what's going on, but don't overanalyze everything, which becomes overthinking. If you think about it, thinking can be, a structure that can be manipulated here. So don't overthink it, but, if in the moment, in the rush, just do your best to figure that out, and you tried. So, if I was cornered from someone, especially if it's like an enemy of mine, I mean, I would have to just figure it out. It's all about going with the flow and also using my brain to justify what the best strategy is in the battle. There you have it. Then we have Mina and Achako. I remember the scene. I think it was the one they were giving out their room tours, whatnot. You're back home after a successful mission. How do you unwind? Ooh, so basically what I want to do after just a sweaty battle, whatnot. We have to debrief, figure out what went wrong, what went right, and what we can learn from an experience. Sounds like me every day after, well, it used to be, but after school when I feel like I was overwhelmed. Either that or just pass out. A peaceful night with a book and some sleep is always best. Oh my gosh. Not the book part, but both those answers are pretty accurate, but it's time to party, gotta celebrate every victory. Not always. I mean, if it's a minor thing, I don't give a damn really. Unwind. I'm probably in bed recovering from my injuries like always. It's gonna be between the top two really. Both of those are pretty accurate. I'm like a very analytical person, and the reason why I have a hard time sleeping is because the first answer here, this one's hard. Which one do I feel like it makes more sense to me, right? We have a debrief, figure out what went wrong, pretty much like analyze what was happening in the battle, and recover from it. I think I'm probably gonna end up doing that. Like not the way I want to rewind is a peaceful night with a book and some good sleep, but if we're talking what I end up doing is pretty much procrastinating, overthinking everything that happened. So I have to go with what I feel is more accurate to me and not what I would want to do because this is up to date, right? So crazy enough, we're gonna go with the first answer. Majority of my answers were first. And oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Keep drinking water is beneficial for health and hydration. Just like Izuku, you're suited to a power that is hard to use but rewarding to master. You're a team player who uses their brain before their brawn. Interesting wording there. Rarely going in without a plan. Okay, I did that on purpose. That can change when the situation gets tough, though, as your dedication to serving people and doing the right thing takes priority over everything else. That's all that matters at the end of the day. If you enjoyed this interesting quiz, then please leave a like in this one. I wanted to do something different. Yes, there's still MHA content that I may do as well because, MHA is ending. Also, if you didn't notice, about a month ago, the actual manga has officially ended. So now we're down to the last 5 episodes as of this week. So I can't wait to see how this anime finishes. And I've been a fan of Jizuku Midori for almost 5 years now. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you